Okay, so what's better, a third shot drop or a third shot drive? Well, I think it depends. Look, drops are incredibly risky shots. A little too high or a little too fast, and they get slammed by your opponent. A little too low or a little too slow, and of course, it's in the net. So drops are very risky. Drives, on the other hand, you don't usually have to hit a perfect drive or else suffer major consequences. Yeah, you gotta get it back over the net and keep it in play, but it doesn't have to be perfect as often as a drop does. So drops are more difficult to execute, and the margin for error is a lot less. We should also think about the outcome. What is the best case scenario when you play a good drop? Well, you've given a slow moving ball right to your opponent. It's not often going to cause a whole lot of trouble for them, although of course they can miss those shots occasionally. But what's the best possible outcome when you hit a good drive? Well, that your opponents miss altogether, or maybe pop up a high ball. So the reward that you get for hitting an excellent drive is usually more significant than the reward you get for hitting an excellent drop. And again, keeping in mind, drives are usually easier to hit than drops. So what's my suggestion? Well, my suggestion is you go and you test the waters. You see how it goes. You play those drives, smack it hard at your opponents, and see what happens. If they get the ball back in play, well, that's okay. That's not necessarily a red flag. It's if they get the ball back in play and they cause trouble for you. If they counterattack, if they use your own speed against you and they're causing problems for you, well, now maybe you have to say that the drive is not such a great option. You need to look at other choices, like the drop. But I wouldn't suggest you fall into the trap of assuming that the drop is the best play. Again, it's high risk and low reward most of the time. So go out and use the drop if you have to, if your opponent's net gains are so good that the drive doesn't pay any dividends for you. But you'll never know unless you try the drive, and make your calculation from there.